Hi, it's Frank Versace with Versace Real Estate, and today we have a video market update with the latest stats for the Winnipeg real estate market. Stick around. All right, let's jump in and get to work. Let's get busy and take a look at this month's numbers for the Winnipeg real estate market according to Winnipeg Realtors. You're going to see in the news that good news again this month. Last month was up. This month is up. So fantastic news for people that are looking and watching the Winnipeg real estate market. You can see here for the month of February, we are up 6%, which is fantastic. That means that things are moving and we're heading into a spring market. So this is a good sign of things to come. So what happened here was this February we sold 727 units. That's the number of properties sold versus last February 683 units. That gives us our 6% jump for the month. What about year to date? Let's take a look and see from January to end of February here. We've got year to date, the market is up 8%. And the numbers there are basically 1,358 units sold year to date so far, whereas last year to date, it was 1,254 units sold. So again, we're up in the month, we were up in January, we're up year to date. Everybody's happy, we're up, we're up, we're up. So let's take a look and break down between houses and condos, because those two markets are very distinct and I want to keep them separated so that you can get a very good idea for what's happening for activity in each of those. So let's take a look here. So for the month of February 2019, we had 505 units sold, that's for houses. Whereas last February 2018, we had 474 units sold. That means for houses on a unit basis, that's the number of houses sold, 6% up. And that's pretty much in line with the market units sold. Now, what about for volume? That is the total value of homes sold for the month of February. If you were to take all the properties that sold, the value of that added up combined, that's called sales volume. So for February here, for houses, we had $165 million worth of sales volume sold, whereas last February 2018, we had $149 million worth of houses sold. So that gives us an 11% bump. So what is this telling us here? We got a 6% bump in units, but an 11% bump in prices. So the value of properties could be going up, or the higher priced homes could be selling. But either way, sales volume is up and units sold is up. What about condos? Let's take a look at that, because there's a bit of a difference here between houses and condos. So here we have our nice condo building I drew. We have 107 units that sold this February. Last February, 102 units. So pretty much on par, about 5 units additional this February versus last February. That puts us up about 5% for units sold. Now, where we're seeing a bit of a difference is on the sales volume of condos. So you can see last year we sold $25 million worth of condos. This year, $26 million worth of condos. So even though the unit sales is up, we have sales volume down by 6%. So that's a bit of a telling sign where we have units going up. Again, it's a slight up, but it is up. And the sales volume is going down. So what does that mean? It means that I think condo sellers are now getting their prices in line with getting units to turn over to sell. And that's why you're seeing units go up, and again, prices in line, so value came down, or sales volume came down, and I think that's why we're seeing a little bit more activity. So if you're in the market for a condo as a buyer, might be a great time to jump on some good deals, especially as we're pre-spring, pre-summer market. Now's a good time to do that. Let's take a look at the speed of the market, because a lot of people like to determine what is the chance of selling, not the chance, what is the speed of selling if they were to put their home on the market, or how fast do they need to make a decision as a buyer if they see a home listed or a condo listings. So we call that DOM, days on market. That's the abbreviation that realtors like to use, and you should know that abbreviation if you're interested in real estate. Now for houses, it's taking 41 days to get a house sold in Winnipeg citywide, and that's pretty consistent from what we saw last month. What we're seeing here that's very, very interesting, that I find very interesting, is that the condo market is 32 days. So we've got condo market moving a little faster than the house market. And as I do these monthly market updates month by month, I can tell you last year and watching the days on market, it's always been houses that have been moving faster than condos. And so this is a really interesting sign where we see condos moving faster than houses. And again, I think it goes back to some of this where, you know, condo unit holders are getting their prices in line, and maybe that's causing a little bit of a speed in getting their condo units sold a little faster than houses. We're going to watch that as we go forward. Let's go to something, some stats that are a little bit fun here. We've got high price and low price. So in the city of Winnipeg, $1.6 million unit or house was our top end home that was sold, and on the low end, $32,000 unit or house that was sold. So again, what we're seeing is a bit of the diversity in the market. We've got everything right from the low right up to the nice luxury properties. Let's take a look here at the above, at, and below market sales price. So if you're a seller, you're wanting to know, hey Frank, put my home on the market, what is the chance that I'm going to get at or above the list price? Well, let's take a look at that. The chance of getting above list price is 18% of the time when a home is on the market in the month of February. 18% of the time sold above list price. That's actually a really great number for sellers because you're really seeing the strong demand that's there. Now, what about at list price? Well, here we're seeing about 9% of the time is selling right at the list price. Put the home on the market for X, boom, they get that number. So from at or above, we're seeing some pretty good numbers. 27% of the time, almost a third, you're getting at or above list price for the month of February. What do buyers like to see? They like to see this number, the below price number. So the chance of paying less than what the seller is asking for is 73% of the time the buyers are going to pay less. So those are some numbers that we like to keep track of as the year progresses. But I think this is fairly healthy, and it's a nice situation for both buyers and sellers. Certainly sellers, if you've got your property showing well, priced well, great marketing, great realtor, right out of the gate, you're going to do well. And for buyers, there's still lots of opportunity to get a good deal. Let's take a look at what's called the absorption rate, because that's going to tell us what type of market we're in. So why does it matter? Well, we want to know who's winning the game. Is it the buyers that are winning? Is it the sellers that are winning? Or are we kind of balanced here in this market? So that's called the absorption rate. That's going to help us determine the type of market. Here's how it works. We've got active properties for sale. We've got sold properties that sold in the month of February, and we've got the number of months. So we're going to take the number of active properties. For houses is 1,816 houses for sale currently. That's what your selection is if you're looking for houses as a buyer. And last month there was 505 homes that sold. There's our 505 homes that sold. So 1,816 homes divided by the 505. So if there was no new homes that hit the market, it would take 3.5 months, 3.6 months to sell these 1,816 homes. Now, what does that mean? Well, if we're in a seller's market, it's going to take less than 3 months to sell all the inventory. If we're in a buyer's market, it's going to take more than 5 months to sell all the inventory. And if we're in a balanced market, it's going to take somewhere between 3 to 5 months to clear out that inventory. So here we go again, back 3.6 months to clear out all the houses on the market at a rate of 505 a month. That means houses are sitting in a balanced market, almost leaning into a seller's market. So we're going to watch this as we go forward. Condos, bit of a different story. Let's take a look at that. Condos right now, active listings, 690 active condo units for sale. That's a fair amount of inventory. Last month, there was 107 condo units sold. There's our 107 condo units sold. So if we take 690 divided by the 107 sold, it would take 6.4, about 6.5 months to clear out all the condo units for sale if no new condo units hit the market. So although, yes, we're seeing, this is kind of nice to see an uptick here on the number of units sold. It's nice to see that they're selling a little bit faster, but there's still quite a bit to go to clear out that inventory and to bring us down into kind of a balanced or even a seller's market. So with condos taking 6.5 months, that's more than 5 months. That means condos are sitting right squarely in a buyer's market. So again, if you're looking to buy or sell or invest in real estate, at Versace Real Estate, that is what we love to do. We love to help you. We'd love to help your friends. We'd love to help your family members. Anyone you know that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, give us a call, get in touch with one of our agents, and we would love to tell you about all our bonuses and promotions. We've got a couple of things come out here in the month of March that are really interesting. One of them is a $500 gift to you as a gift for doing business with us towards your closing costs. So that's a really interesting thing. We've got a lot of other promotions. We've got our Buyer's Advantage program. We've got our hassle-free listing system. Give us a call. Let us explain these things to you, and we would love to help. So hope this information has been great, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay positive.